Today we're going to do the most boring topic in the world. Are you ready?
What?
Taxes. All right, but we're going to try to make it fun. So we're going to do a case study, okay? We're going to pretend that you all just got jobs and you just moved to the DC area. You ready? Yay! All right, I'm Melissa Terzis, DC Real Estate Mama, and these are my little assistants. What's your name?
Leah, James, Proakis, Isla, Terzis.
All right, a few of those aren't your names. What's your name?
Mercina.
Okay, good. You could tell which one's the nice child. Okay, so I am Melissa Terzis, and we are doing a little thing here. If you like videos on DC, then you can click the subscribe button. Also, we're gonna put my contact info. Girls, point right here, because the contact info is gonna come right here. Okay, good job. Okay, so, all right. The girls just got jobs here. Leah, you got a salary making $90,000 a year. I know. You could have gotten more because you might get more here because DC pays pretty well, but you know what happened during the interview? You said the following: putting on a shirt is my least favorite part of the day. Your brain is so small. My butt crack should be in a museum. And everyone's teeth here at this company are on the outside of their mouth. Real things Leah says to us in the house. Okay, now Mercina's salary is $200,000 a year. Do you want to know why?
Why?
You didn't talk back to the interviewer during your interview. It's not my fault. It's not my fault you're a second child.
This is now Leah's, James, Proakis, Terzis, Isla's YouTube channel.
Oh. All right, and then Annie and Ziggy are job sharing. Can we get Ziggy? Let's get Ziggy up here on the set. Annie's still sleeping. It's Ziggy's shift right now.
Here's Annie.
Okay, that could be Annie. Annie's still sleeping. Oh God. Oh God, look at him. Oh God. Oh God. Hold on. Here's Ziggy. Ziggy, look at the camera and tell them what your job is. Okay, all right. You can let him go.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so Annie and Ziggy are gonna, oh God. Ziggy's gonna have to go to the office nurse. All right, Annie and Ziggy are job sharing, and they got a job where they're jointly making $275,000 a year. Ziggy's gonna pull all the lights down in our studio. Okay, keep your head in the thing. All right, so they got a job making $275,000 a year. They always were my favorite children. Oops, are you still here? Okay, all this information right now is going to come. Let's talk about Maryland and Virginia income taxes. All this information is coming from MarylandTaxes.gov. In Maryland, if you make an income of $3,000 to $100,000, you're going to pay a little nominal fee of $90, plus you're going to pay 4.75% of anything in excess of $3,000 up to the $100,000. Once you pass the $100,000, you're on a different tax table. The fixed fee on this schedule rises a lot more sharply, as does the tax rate. I'm going to link that for you below so that you can find that. You get a slight break if you're filing as head of household or married, but the spread in the income gap is larger, the fees are higher, and the percentage increases. They're not as much, but let's take a look at what happens. So Leah making $90,000. Leah, how much are you going to pay in Maryland taxes whether you're married or single? And you're going to be single because I don't know who the hell's going to marry you.
$4,222.50.
Okay. Mercina, you're going to be making $200,000. What are you going to pay if you're single?
$10,000. $10,010.
Yeah, good. And if you're married, you're going to get a little bit of a break. You'll pay $9,634 or
50 cents.
And 50 cents. Don't forget the 50 cents.
Don't forget the 50 cents.
If you're head of household. Now, Annie and Ziggy, who are making $275,000, my little favorites. Ow, ow, ow.
Your favorite too, okay?
Will pay $14,197.50 if they file as single, and $13,697 if they file as married or head of household. All right, so one extra surprise though in Maryland, the counties in Maryland also levy income taxes. So Montgomery County and Prince George's County both assess 3.2% of your taxable income. Now let's take a look at what happens. Leah's total taxes on $90,000 in salary are, Leah?
$7,100. $102.50.
Okay. Mercina's total taxes on $200,000 in salary are just over
$16,000.
All right, Annie and Ziggy have to pay nearly $23,000 to Maryland on their salary of $275,000. Ziggy, what say you? Ziggy's sleeping. He's on
he's not.
He's on his first work break. All right, let's go to Virginia. So Virginia's tax tables are absolutely nothing like Maryland. Anyone making $18,000 or $180,000 pays the same. Anything over $17,000 is taxed at the same amount of $720 flat plus 5.75% of anything in excess of $17,000. And done. That's it for Virginia. Aside from a few towns in the Commonwealth, the counties charge no income tax. Virginia is set up so that the county governments actually have very little taxing authority. Counties in Virginia do collect revenue from homeowners, though, for real estate assessments as well as personal property tax. Personal what did you say, Melissa? All right, so let's keep that going. Yeah, we're gonna keep that going. All right, so Maryland and Virginia, let's do property taxes. Maryland has 23 counties and 156 incorporated cities, which each issue property tax assessment. Because I'm Metro DC Realtor, I am only going to cover Montgomery County and Prince George's County. In Montgomery County, you have a county tax of 0.6940 and a state tax of 0.1120 per mil of assessed value and 0.28 utility tax. There are additional taxes in each of the Chevy Chase villages, Chevy Chase View, cities of Rockville, Gaithersburg, Tacoma Park, and 9 different towns. Why? Because the towns offer city or town services like trash pickup and other things that you're not going to get service from the county. If you're outside the town limits, then you end up getting back onto county services. So on a house assessed at $750,000 in Maryland, you are going to pay around $8,100 a year in property taxes if you are in an unincorporated area, and closer to $9,000 a year if you're in a city or a town with its own municipal tax. Okay, so in Virginia, property taxes vary by county and city. Unlike in Maryland, though, where a city can lie within a county, Virginia has a completely different setup. Cities stand alone, so they're actually, if you have a city that's incorporated in Virginia, it's not part of a county. So you're not getting that like double taxation potentially like you do in Maryland. Arlington is $1.03 per $100 of assessed value, and the assessed values can run pretty close to market value. So a home assessed, that same house assessed at $750,000 will have property taxes over $7,725 per year. In Alexandria, in the city part, you're going to be assessed $1.13 per $1,000 of assessed value. So the home of $750,000 assessed value is now going to cost $8,475 per year. Now let's talk about Maryland and Virginia and any other taxes. Virginia has a personal property tax on vehicles, RVs, trailers, boats, airplanes, and that may equalize for you if you've got a lot of vehicles. So in Arlington, the tax is now $5 per $100 of assessed value. So what does this personal property tax cover? It covers, like I said, vehicles, boats, trailer homes, airplanes, mobile homes. And how do they assess the value? They check the NADA used car value guide to come up with the clean trade-in value for the vehicle, and that's how you get assessed. Does Maryland have that? They do not, at least not for individuals. Maryland does have a personal property tax on business-owned items. So if you've got a business in Maryland and you have furniture, fixtures, things like that, they will charge you. But if you're just a regular individual without a business in Maryland that you've got to pay, then you won't have that personal tax. Right now, for Leah, with her $90,000, it looks better for her to live in Virginia, where she's going to pay $2,000 a year less in income taxes. But what if Leah has a car? I don't know who would be stupid enough to ever let her drive and get a license. Ow, 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 ow. She's trying to kill me. This is on video. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. All right. If her car is assessed at $35,000, that will never happen because I'm going to get her a scooter. She's going to pay $1,445.50 a year in taxes on her vehicle. It goes down as the vehicle depreciates. So if she's driving a jalopy, then it really is going to go down to just a few hundred a year. But as we know, cars have not been depreciating much since COVID. So some of these values are kind of crazy. My 2016 mom car, what's our mom car's name? April was $40,000 new in 2016, and here we are 6 years later, and she's assessed at $25,000.
April the Acura.
So if I had April and I lived in Virginia, I'd be paying another $1,250 a year just for having her. So, and then we have my husband, and we have an additional vehicle that we use for travel. So suddenly our car taxes in Virginia would go through the roof. That would be kind of crazy. Income tax savings in Virginia wouldn't look so great. All right, so property taxes in Maryland and Virginia are a wash, right? Like they're pretty similar in either place. They're not going to differ by enough if you were looking at property taxes alone to say, where should I live? If that's all you had to worry about, then you pick the place that you like better and the house you like better, and that's where you go. The problem is that the difference here lies in that the income tax is much, much higher in Maryland than Virginia. I mean, not a ton, but several $1,000s, and it depends if you're making a lot of money. You've got sort of a flat tax in Virginia once you pass that cap, and the cap is very low that you're going to get, no matter what you make, you're going to pay the same amount. So as you get further into the reaches of Virginia's income levels, you may do a lot better actually compared to Maryland. The problem comes in is that you have one or several vehicles, or vehicles that might have an assessed value that's high. Maybe you have an RV, I don't know, you might be cool and have an airplane. Maryland starts to look really good if you've got all of those items. If you have no cars and you take public transportation, then you can enjoy that savings by living in Virginia. So I'm Melissa Terzis, DC Real Estate Mama. These two are my little sidekicks, and that is our video on Maryland and Virginia taxes. If you have any questions or have any more things that you want me to cover or that you didn't see here, my contact info is coming next.
Go to the mall.
The mall?
I can go to the mall if I have $90,000, right? Target. And Body Works?
Do you see why we're not gonna? This is why we're not gonna give her anything more than a jalopy.
Or a scooter.
Oh God.
Okay. DC Real Estate Mama signing out. Bye, guys.